Hey guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I've been coming from different scriptures in the book of Proverbs chapter 17, and today is actually my third one that has stood out to me that I've picked out. And this one is chapter 17 of Proverbs chapter 10. Proverbs chapter oh Lord, I'm sorry. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 10. And I'm going to read it from the King James Version, the Amplified, and then the New International. It says, "A reproof entereth more into a wise man than a hundred stripes into a fool." Now the Amplified Version reads, "A reproof enters deeper into a man of understanding than 100 lashes into self-confident fool." And then the New International says, "A rebuke impresses a man of discernment more than 100 lashes of fool." So what I got out of this is that it's better to correct a wise person, someone who actually gains understanding or willing to gain understanding, versus a fool. A fool is someone who acts unwisely, a silly person, that's just tricks, deceiving. They're a fool. And I don't usually use that word a lot, so it sounds weird coming out of my mouth. But it says, it's better to rebuke, and the NLT said that it's better, one rebuke for someone who gains understanding than 100 lashes. And it's crazy and it's silly because we wonder why so many times, we are disciplining our kids for the same thing. It's like, when will they learn? Why don't they get it? Sometimes, as I said, I've said before, we have rebellious kids, and sometimes they just refuse to understand why they should behave this way, why they should do things. And even as adults, we refuse to open our mind to even gain understanding why we need to change our ways from certain things, why this way is wrong and not right. And then we, as fools, we delight in our wrong way. We delight in our wrong path. We delight in those things. And no matter how many times those negative things that we do comes back to us, and it says, "Yeah, then 100 lashes on the fool," getting that punishment for our wrongdoers is like getting a whooping or something. And no matter how many times we fall, no matter how many times, people have done wrong, they still go back to it. They're like, "Oh Lord, if you get me out of this situation." And you heard it in church before, people say this, that people say all the time, "Lord, if you get me out of this one, if you get me out of this one, then I won't do it again." But if you're not truly sorry, if you're not truly grasping the understanding of why you shouldn't, you are going to do it again. You're going to be that fool that even if you got 100 lashes, there's no point in talking to you. And there's no point in speaking to that person that you've said over and over again, or that you've bailed out of trouble and they keep going back to it. There's no point, because they haven't gained understanding that they need to know why they shouldn't be in that situation, or why they shouldn't put themselves in that situation. So you're tiring yourself out. No, I'm not saying give up on that person. You can still love them, but constantly, "Oh, you shouldn't have it," and they're like, "Yeah, I know." But do you understand? To know something and to understand something are two different things, God. If we don't have understanding, then we can't have that conviction in our heart that will pull us every time when we go back to try to do that wrong. It pulls on us and says, "Stop, don't do it. You don't want to do that this time. You remember what happened last time." You got to gain that understanding, find out why not. You remember what happened before, learn from it, gain that understanding. Don't be a fool.